How many days should a person train for surfing? At what point in your practice should you start training for surfing? Should you really just build the basics of surfing and not do anything in addition? And if you're already training, is that really going to benefit your surfing? Okay, first of all, a general level of fitness is helpful for surfing. Surfing is really hard, and despite what it looks like, it requires a ton of strength and a ton of mobility. Surfing has an marketing problem. It markets itself as this effortless, graceful thing, and it looks like you're not doing very much with your body, but you're doing a ton. Maybe some people are correctly seeing that surfing is a ton of work, and bully for you, it's a ton of work. Which is why, at any level of your surfing, it doesn't matter. So if you're a beginner surfer, cross-training for surfing is going to help you with the basic things, and also in routines that, for example, a coach like myself will program for you. You're going to have surf-specific things so you can practice the pop-ups and crouches at home, because honestly, people who begin to surf as adults are already into a life routine that surfing, they have not accounted for surfing. They didn't build their life around surfing. They're trying to fit surfing into their life. So if you're one of those kinds of people, surfing takes more time than your other activities. You can do a 20-minute hit at home on a work day, and that just requires a shower and a change of clothing. Surfing requires 4 to 6 hours driving to the beach, putting on your wetsuit, or more than that if you're going on a surf trip, dedicating time there. It's very time consuming just in getting to the beach, getting into the surf, doing the surfing, getting out of the surf. Takes up a lot of time, which is why if you've started surfing later in life, it's very, very helpful to augment your practice with a couple of days a week training regime. How much you want to train depends on your schedule. Minimum 1 to 2 days a week resistance training, and then I would say minimum 3 days a week dedicated exercise, minimum. And minimum 2 to 3 days a week mobility practice. So a yoga, a Pilates, a basic stretching routine that you can pack those into the days that you're also doing workouts, or you can alternate days. But you want to do a little movement that is focused on bettering your physical wellness every day, even if that's just walking. And that doesn't matter whether you're a beginner, an intermediate, or an advanced surfer. The long and the short of it is, training in addition to surfing is going to be helpful for your surfing at whatever level you're at. The kind of exercises you do will be different based upon whether you're an intermediate, a beginner, or advanced surfer. I would say, again, another general rule is no matter where you're at in your surfing, adding a training regime and a stretching regime and changing your diet is a big factor. But if you can't change your diet, adding these things will still help a lot. Is going to make wherever you're at in your surfing 10 to 50% better. So your progress will be 10 to 50% faster. And why do I use those percentage ranges? Well, if you're a beginner, you're going to get, the percentage is going to be bigger because you have more things to learn. If you're the closer you are to expert, the more kind of set your repertoire is, and you're just going to be doing the things that you know how to do a bit better. Maybe not a full 50% better, but maybe also 50% better in some cases. But once you're at that level, 10% better is a lot better. And I think in general of wellness, I think thinking in these like kind of 10% increments, because a lot of people are healthy, a lot of people are doing the right things. And like I was before I started my fitness journey, I was in the target. I just wasn't as close to the bullseye as I wanted to be. So that's kind of like, I would say the goal is that like there's this big range of healthiness. And if you're happy with wherever you fit in there, cool. If you know, and it's an internal truth for you, that you know that you could be a little bit closer to the bullseye, that 10%, 5%, 15%, where you're just like in the inner rings, then, a coach is helpful, obviously. But you have to think about what's missing that's keeping you out of those rings. And if there's no additional training in addition to your surfing, that's an obvious go-to to put that in there. So that was more of just a holistic view of why you should train for surfing no matter what level that you're at. I'm going to get into how many days a week, what kind of exercises those days a week, and where does surfing fit in another video. So just stay tuned for that one. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe. Love you forever if you like and subscribe. Watch my other videos. That's really cool. If you want to know more about coaching and all things that I do, just go over to my website. Everything lives there. Archives of these videos live there. Get over there.